Alright, this is John Hexall. I'm re-recording my interview with my dad. Here he goes right here. As you can see. Alright, Dad, you ready? Hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, what was your childhood like, and what are some of your favorite memories growing up?
Well, my childhood was different than most. I don't know if you want to call it diversified, but I moved from Norfolk, Virginia, which is a 90% or 80% black city, to a farmhouse in Lancaster County.
Yeah.
A very big farmhouse, very big, a very big non-working farm, because the house that my parents bought wasn't ready for us to move in, so we had to live in this farmhouse and on this big farm. And I got to experience a lot of stuff on that farm. I mean, it was a very big farm, unusually big. And I got to experience. I got to see how where they milked the cows at, where they baled the hay, where they had a chicken coop. They even had a garage where they worked on cars.
I remember you said like you saw hobos and stuff, and
yeah, we lived kind of like in the back, kind of like in the woods a little bit, kind of like the walk we came through. We had like a lane that we had to go down to get to our house. It was probably about a quarter of a mile long, and there was train tracks right behind our house, and we used to see hobos and stuff on the train. My mom used to say, "Watch out! If you see anybody get off the train, be careful."
I remember, and you used to like pick strawberries or something like that, or raspberries.
Yeah, I got the chance to pick raspberries, strawberries, and apple trees. Wild stuff.
Okay. And give me some examples of racism that you went through. Last time you told me about like the teacher incident.
Oh, I'll just give you this one.
You can give me that teacher incident too.
What's that?
You can give me that teacher incident.
Oh yeah, when I went to we finally moved into our house, we lived in Maynard Township, which is a 98% white area, and I remember when I was in second grade, I guess they had a game in which we tried dice to play the game. And somehow the dice got missing, and I was only there for 1 or 2 days, and everybody in the class blamed me. And I mean, they really believed that it was me, seriously. And I was thinking, you know what? My mom didn't let me play with dice. My mom was a big Christian. She thought playing cards was evil, and I wasn't even allowed to touch dice, and I wouldn't even touch dice. And I kind of understood it because a little bit, because I knew what was going on. But the kicker was, the teacher pulled me to the side, took me on the hallway, and asked me if I had the dice. I'm like, wow. For her to do that to me was like that. To me, that I felt that racism right there, that the stereotype, typical racism.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, and what historical event mattered the most to you? How did it affect you personally? Last time I remember you said Roots.
Yeah, I can't really remember right now because you caught me off guard, but I can always remember seeing the movie Roots when I was a little kid, and it was a big thing because everybody in our family watched it. Everybody I knew watched it. It was an epic, is that the word, miniseries. I was allowed to stay up and watch every single one, and I got to see the racism in it. And it kind of like, what's the word?
Open your eyes.
Opened my eyes to why there was so much tension between black people and white people.
Oh, Dad, you know what's crazy? I remember seeing that. My first time seeing it was at Uncle
Freddie.
No. I'm Pam's husband. I'm bugging. Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse's house. Like not his house, but his family's house. Remember his family's house one time?
Uncle Jesse's family? Yeah.
I think so. Remember there was a kid there we was playing with? I used to play.
Yeah.
I remember I haven't seen him in a long time. Remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Like an interview. What was America like when you were my age, and what do you think has changed the most since then.
What was America like when I was 23 years old?
Yep.
It was, what's the word? Turmoil. It was, what did I say before?
You told me that it was like gelling together. Like that's when white and black people started to gel together.
Oh no, they were coming apart at that time. They just times were getting better and better, and then people like Spike Lee came on the scene. Spike Lee came on the scene and started thinking that racism's still here. So open your eyes, black people. Stop being fooled by the white man. And he was just everything he preached about was racism to open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time he came out, the crack epidemic came out.
Mm.
Right before that, and then AIDS was before that. And when the crack,
AIDS was before crack? That's crazy.
Huh?
AIDS was before crack?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think, yeah, AIDS was before crack.
That makes sense.
And then what happened was two movies that black people loved was New Jack City and Scarface. Main reason why New Jack City was good because most of all the black movies that were made, they were considered what I consider B movies. They weren't A movies. But New Jack City was actually an A movie.
You talking about like quality wise?
Yeah, quality wise. Quality all the way around. Acting and everything.
That's crazy. I never thought about that. Actually.
Yeah. And then what happened in that movie, they specifically told everybody exactly what crack was and exactly how to make it and exactly how good the sales was. They said, the one guy said, when I sold them this coke, they came back every couple days, a couple times a week. But when I sold them this crack, they came back every couple hours. And the black kids loved that movie, and they listened to that. Then right after that, Scarface came out. And they saw Scarface, and he said, "The world is yours." And everybody, I love the movie too. Everybody loved it. You loved the movie. You didn't know it right before you were born. Everybody started believing in Scarface. And that's why you still see people walking around with Scarface shirts on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is actually crazy. That's crazy.
This opinion that I have, not a lot of people don't realize it or talk about like me like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually never thought about it like that. I actually didn't know New Jack City was like that. Though, like it was that big of an impact. I just watched it as a kid and just I was like, damn.
After New Jack City was no, actually Scarface was before New Jack City. Then I think about it, but New Jack City, that was one of the first really good black movies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Quality wise.
Okay, so look, next question is, how did important events such as the Cold War, the Gulf War, or 9/11 affect you and our family?
9/11 really didn't affect me, our family too much, but it affected the country and people. It made people feel like getting together and setting aside our differences to work to go against these terrorists.
I remember you told me last time you was like that it opened your eyes to like how much people hate us. I never thought about that either.
Yeah, it opened my eyes how much people hate us. Mm. See, I realized that people overseas, they look at especially in the Middle East, some of the Middle Eastern countries, some of them look at us like the Antichrist, like they can't believe that there's so much killing going on in this country. Yeah, so much gambling, so much sex.
I remember you said I remember you told me last time that we don't even. I don't even know because you think I'm like if you're born here, you're desensitized to it.
Yeah. Right now, there's mass murders that go on every day, and most of the time they don't even be on TV. They don't even be on the news. I mean, they might be on the news for a couple minutes. Back in the day, a mass murder, man, that'd be on the news for a week. Now that it's happening so much, it's like commonplace, you know.
Yep. Okay. Next thing is, what advice would you give me or my generation based on everything you have experienced throughout your life?
Say that again,
what advice would you give me or my generation based on everything you've experienced in your life. You know what I'm saying?
What did I say before?
You told me there's always be kind to people, but also like consider their feelings too. If they feel that way, that's how they feel.
Yeah, consider other people's feelings and other people's ways, whether you like it or not. You know, and act accordingly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the main thing. Act accordingly to other people's ways and feelings.
Yeah, I remember that. 100%. All right, that concludes this interview.